Hello Floss Tube, welcome back to our channel. It's Kristen with the Steel City Stitchers. Sorry, I am trying to get organized in this craft room of mine. I have spent the last 2 days organizing my WIPs because I had no good tracking system for them. I had no idea what I even had, which is always a problem. I've had some WIPs for over 4 years, so it was high time that I cleaned up my act. So I want to thank Zan from Crazy Band Lady Stitches here on YouTube because she inspired me to go through my WIPs, do another WIP parade, and actually clean up what I had. So I want to show you not only my WIPs, because I think that's important and that's why you're here, but also show you a really cool digital way to keep track of your projects in a way that's working for me. So I thought maybe it will work for somebody else and win-win. So welcome back to our channel. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this video is not like 8 hours long, but I do have about 57 WIPs currently, which I know doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, it has gotten to a point where it is extremely overwhelming. I don't like having this many WIPs. I feel like I need to prioritize finishing some things and call it a day. Because there are a lot of patterns that once I was going through them, I realized I really do enjoy them. I liked working on them and I would love to have them FFO'd and displayed or gifted. And there are some that it's probably high time that I say sayonara for good. So, but you guys can watch that whole process unfold. You can watch the madness unfold in this video. So, yay. So I'm going to show you the way that I'm keeping track of everything. And then we're going to go through the WIPs. And then leave comments, questions down below. Get a piece of paper and a pen handy if you're sitting here watching while you're stitching. So if you see something that you like, jot it down. I'll tell you where to get it, and you can add it to your growing pile of projects. Sharing is caring. All right, so I have been using an app called GoodNotes for a while now. I used it when I was in school because I was able to use the journaling function to take notes, and then I had a digital record of it. I could create separate journals within the app for my different classes that I was in. I was able to take screenshots of important pictures or diagrams in a textbook and then digitally upload them to GoodNotes. So there's a ton of things that GoodNotes can do that I have not even scratched the surface of, but it's a fantastic app and I've now adapted it to use for cross stitch. So let me show you what this looks like. So this is GoodNotes, and within GoodNotes you can create a ton of different journals. You can create one for stitching. You can create one for planning. You can create one for grocery lists. I mean, literally anything that you want, you can create as many as you'd like. So I created one that's specifically for stitching, and then I created another journal where once I complete a project, I can move it to a completed stitching journal. So I always still have a record of the project that I completed, but it doesn't bog down my current WIP stitching journal. This will make sense when I show you in a second. So when you click on the journal, you can create an outline, but what I do is I just look at the thumbnails. And these are just a very quick snapshot of all of the pages that are within this journal. So for every WIP that I have, I created its own page. And on that page, let me just pull up one just to show you what it looks like. We'll pull up Sleepy Hollow. This page was a template that you're able to, open up a template. And then I just wrote in here the things that were pertinent to me. Number one, what is the name of the pattern? Okay, that's probably important. I also like to list the designer if I know when I started it, when I finish it, if I FFO it, I can put detail in there of the date that I FFO'd it or how I FFO'd it. And then I like to keep track of the fabric, the floss. I like to notate if the floss is still kitted in the bag, the project bag that it's with, or if I pick this project, am I also going to have to re-pull that floss? So I think that that's important. I also notate the bag that it's in. So if I have it in a specific project bag, I will put the detail. So this one is currently in the office project bag. Why? I don't know. Why is it not in a Halloween bag? Doesn't matter. But that way, if I'm looking through to try to find that project and it's in the drawer where I keep all of my WIPs, I can easily just find the project bag. So I don't have to like open up every project bag and look for it. You can also add like cute little stickers if you'd like. There's a bunch of on Etsy like downloadable Good Notes compatible stickers so that you can embellish your journal pages if you'd like. You don't have to. You can leave them blank. Many of mine are blank. And then you can upload pictures. So you can take a picture directly from your phone or from your iPad. You can take a picture of your progress, and then you can take a picture of the pattern if you'd like. Some of mine just have a progress photo of where I'm at with the pattern. So you can really customize it to what you want and what works best for you. So that's what I've done over the last 2 days, is getting that digital record updated so that I can have a page for every single WIP that I have. So, if anyone's interested, I'd be happy to do a tutorial if you download the app and you're having difficulty with like figuring out how to use it. There are a ton of YouTube videos about GoodNotes. Like I said, there are people out there who do crazy things with their GoodNotes, which is really, really cool. But if you want to see a tutorial of how I set up my stitching page, sure, let me know. Comment below and I can put something together. The Paid For app is like a couple of bucks in the App Store. It's not super expensive. The paid version is definitely the way to go. I can't attest to what the free version does or if it's even worth it. So, but wanted to give you guys an overview of what I've been doing for the past couple of days. Also, as I was going through, I was writing down all of the information that I then transferred over to the GoodNotes page. It was just easier for me to actually physically write it out while I was sitting with all of my WIPs. So bear with me. I hope that these are all in order. I have currently 3 chairs of WIPs, so project bags. So this is going to take a while, but that's okay. Hopefully you're stitching and you're ready for this. Okay. For all of the digital patterns too, I will try to pull up a picture of the digital pattern so you can see what it looks like. And I also, just an FYI, if you want another app, Goodreader, I've been having this conversation with my friend Sarah, that you can use Goodreader. It's kind of like Pattern Keeper. It's not as specific to cross stitch. It's just a PDF reader, but it's a great place to store all of your digital patterns. You can write on them, color them, highlight it, the whole 9 yards. So that's the app that I use for all of my digital patterns. So GoodNotes for the journaling, Goodreader for the patterns. I have not found one that works for both. So app creators, that would be a good thing to have. Like if you could make a journal page and then the next page is the actual pattern all in one place. But for right now, 2 of them work just fine. Okay, so let's get into the WIP parade. I'm very excited. I had a lot of fun going through these. So I organized these by category. So I have a couple categories. I have fall, Halloween, and then I have winter, Christmas, then I have spring, I have summer, patriotic, nautical, and miscellaneous. That's just how I chose to do it based on how many WIPs that I had. I could have probably done more categories, but this works for me. So the first one that we have in the fall Halloween category is Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. You know it, you love it, you've seen people do it, complete it. We actually did this as a SAL called Holiday Hangover SAL. I did this with our friend Matt, NBC Stitcher, and Catherine Paper Crane here on Instagram. And I started this the day after Christmas of 2020. And Jodi dyed the fabric. So this is on a 32 count Lugana. And here's where I'm at. I absolutely love the colors on this one. I'm just using DMC. I didn't use any fancy floss at all, and I think it's looking great. I like the blocks of color, of solid color. So I'm making good progress on that one, but I have not worked on that one in a while. It'll be a good one to get back to. But a lot of people have finished it, which yay for them. Okay, the next one is another Halloween piece, and this one, well, that one wasn't Halloween, but this one is Halloween. And this one was a croquette a go-go. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rika Di Marula on Instagram. And this one is called Magic Lessons. It's so freaking cute. And I'll be honest, I have not worked on this in a while. I started this one, I think, in 2021. And Jodi dyed this fabric. This is a 40 count Verdal. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So, yep. And you can tell down at the bottom in that corner, I'm frogging that. So I must have screwed it up somehow. But I love the colors. I love this fabric. It's a really cute pattern. It's very big, very dense. Okay, number 3. In my Barbara John's SCS bag, personalized SCS bag. If I remember who I got the bags from, I will tell you, but I don't always remember, is the Silhouettes Quaker. If you watch Rebel Stitcher, you've seen Colleen. She's been working on this one as well. And I'm doing this one on a 40 count Be Stitch Me. This was a fabric of the month. And I actually finished another Halloween piece that I gifted to my sister on this fabric too. But here's where I'm at on that. So I haven't put any of the green in yet. It calls for like a greenish color and then black, which I'm using Anchor. And I haven't put any of the green in yet. This is true to color. Isn't that amazing? It's the coolest orange. So I love that one. Again, haven't made much progress on that one. Okay. The next one was, I had all of these pulled up, but you can only open so many before it starts deleting them out on Goodreader from like holding them for you. So just bear with me one second. Maybe it's not on here. Hang on. Here we go. All right, the next one is from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine from fall of 2021. And this is by Riveris. It is one of their home seasonal series. And this one is the fall one. And I started this in 2021. I think I started it at it was at the Stitch Day that I went to in Erie. So I was working on this one then. This is also on a Jodi fabric, and I'm using a sulky conversion for this one. Yeah, this is a 32 count Jodi fabric. So I love those ones. I finished the summer seasonal series, and I've displayed that one in my bathroom in the summertime. It's on I have it mounted on a whale, and it's really, really cute. Okay, the next one, so this is number 5, is from the Black Needle Society. This was in the Halloween box for 2021, and it is the Spooky Bookmark, and it also comes with this pattern too. and the supplies to finish it. But I started working on the bookmark. It's on perforated paper, and that's all the farther I've gotten. I haven't worked on it in a year. But it's really cute. None of these so far are UFOs, maybe the magic lessons, because I haven't worked on that one. Okay, the next one in this cute little Halloween bag. I don't remember who made this for me. I feel really bad about that. I don't write that down. I don't write anything down. I have very few details about anything. Dates for when I started them. Some of them are, I don't know. Other ones are like sometime in May 2021, 2020. I don't know. This is the Headless Woman from The Little Stitcher. And I want to say this was started for March Madness. Maybe. And I'm doing this one on Blood Spatter, 28 count. And here's all the farther I've gotten on it. It's a lot of blocky color. That's cute, but again, might be a UFO. Okay, so that was number 6. Flipping the page. Ooh, number 7 is, go back to my fall, is the cutest little pattern. This one is called Possum Song, and it's by Mama Witch X Stitch. And I saw him and I just loved him. He has like a little bottle of moonshine. He's so stinking cute. He's stored in this little vinyl bag that we got from the Black Needle Society. I think it's so freaking cute. And I did this one on a 40 count navy linen. And I don't know who, this could be a Jodi. I don't know. But that's how far I am. Look how cute he is. So darling. This is one where I did not keep the floss in the bag, so I would have to pull all of those colors, but smart me, I wrote them all down. So I didn't have to go to the pattern and look at it. Very smart, very smart. Okay, next one was another pattern from the Black Needle Society Halloween box from last year. And it was Autumn Lane's Baba Yaga. And it came with the floss and the fabric and all of that good stuff. And this one, I originally thought that this was from, who did I think the fabric was from? I thought that it was from Fortnite Fabrics, but it's actually Be Stitch Me, and it's the colorway Cypress. And look how cool that is. That's the front. So I did not make a lot of progress on this one. Again, this one could be going bye-bye. And this one is in a bag that Erica made me, and it's the Jack Skellington bag. Isn't that cute? I love Jack Skellington. I met him in Salem. It was the real Jack Skellington. Got my picture with him. It was pretty cool. Totally kidding. Halloween sampler is number 9. This one is a WIP that I have had since August of 2018. So I should just finish it, but I won't because I like hoarding things. This is from the Frosted Pumpkin. I just printed it out so I had a working copy, and it was big, much bigger than what I initially thought, which most of their patterns are, and there are a lot of colors and a lot of color changes, and I think I got very intimidated by it. This was a pattern that I started when I first really got back into cross stitch, but I did choose this fun fabric flare fabric with the spider webs on it, and you can see that I don't have much to do. I only have 2 blocks and then the border that goes the whole way around. But it's not going to get finished for this Halloween, so I will have it for my next WIP parade. But it is super cute, and I'm way too far on it to trash it now. And it's in this very nice Ziploc bag. This is how Jodi and I stored all of our WIPs. Well, in 2018, so that's why it's in this bag. That makes sense. Okay, the next one was a really interesting pattern. When it came out, I was torn because they gave you two versions. So this is from Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it's called Give Thanks. And like I said, or Autumn Please. So there was Autumn Please and Give Thanks. And you can mix and match the elements that you really enjoyed the most. So let me show you the first option. This is Autumn Please. And then this is Give Thanks. So there's elements of both that I really enjoyed. Like I liked the little tractor versus the cornucopia on the top. I liked the Thanksgiving, where it says Happy Thanksgiving. It's a little bunting. So there were some elements that I wanted to combine, and the beautiful thing is that you could. So I haven't made a ton of progress on this one. I haven't worked on it, honestly, since 2021. And this is on a really pretty 40 count fabric from Be Stitch Me, and it's called Not Another Sampler. So it's a really great neutral, and look how cute that is. Look at this little coffee cup. I love it. So, but I did the little tractor with the pumpkins instead. So this is definitely one that after Halloween, I want to pull back out. Unfortunately, I didn't save any of the floss for this one, so I'm going to have to pull all of those flosses again. But that's okay. All right, the next one, number 11. We're still on fall and Halloween. I have a lot of them. It's Halloweenies. This one is a newer pattern that I just got from Carla at Cobweb. And you can pick up a copy as well, but it's the Halloweenies, so it's the little individual ones. And I had a lot of great ideas that I was going to finish these for little ornaments. I finished one of them and then went to go do some of the other ones, and I just kind of lost steam. I have all the fabric cut, and I am doing these on a 46 count white. So Jodi gave me a full yard of 46 count. So this is the little witch one, which I'm working on now. And like I said, I did finish one, but again, I just kind of lost steam on these ones. They are cute, and they're great little travel stitches if you have good lighting. It's on 46, so it's kind of tiny, but they're small enough that you can throw them in a really tiny project bag and just throw them in your purse. Okay, the next one is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, You Know and Love. And this one is the newest one that she just released, which is the Halloween Touch of Magic Sal. So I was really chugging along on this one and then got sidetracked by other Halloween things to work on. And here's how far I am. I made good progress. Sure, whatever you say. Look how cute this bag is. I love it. So I need to get back into that one. It's on a 32 count gray by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Of course, all of her kits are fabulous, and I highly recommend purchasing them as a kit, because then you just get all the floss, and it's pre-cut, and it's on a card, and it's already like super convenient. So I highly recommend, if you're gonna buy a kit, check out Caterpillar. Okay, the next one is a Sal that your girl Erica, our girl Erica, I should say, and our friend Stitch and Jenny on Instagram decided to do a, of course, what else would they have picked but a frosted pumpkin? And it's the I Love Fall Most of All pattern. which is so cute. Look at those little apples. So I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to join this Sal. I didn't make it very far. It's on a Jodi fabric. Isn't that purple cute? I love the purple. Oh, that's really bright. There, that's true to color. This is on a 40 count Verdal. Yes, 40 count Verdal. I don't really have much more to do on it, but it's darling. Of course, Jenny already finished hers. And this is a Tiff bag, Tiffany Robic. Look how cute it is. If you guys are looking for really cute project bags, check her out. She's on Facebook. She's on Instagram, Black Cat X Stitchery. Okay, the next one is from Al Forrest Embroidery. And I saw this one and I absolutely loved the colors. It is called Pumpkin Color Autumn. And this is what it looks like. Isn't it so cute? I did the pumpkins that from Al Forrest, which were in the same colorway, so I really, really enjoyed those colors that I stitched. So I splurged, and I also bought the fancy floss from Al Forrest, so I got the thread pack that matches up with the project. So this is on, which I think makes a huge difference. I think it looks awesome. This is on a 40 count Malo linen by Zweigart, and it's a giant piece of fabric. But here's where I'm at. It's so tiny, but I love it. Look at that variegation. Highly recommend just buying the floss pack if you buy from Al Forrest. So that one's really pretty. I like the fabric too. It's stiff, for a little stiffer for a 40 count, but I like that. Holds a stitch really well. This is in my bag from our friend in Australia. Her name is blanking right now, but she made these giant project bags, which are perfect. Handmade. Oh, Diana, our friend Diana. Handmade by Diana. All right. The next one is an oldie, but a goodie. I still have not finished this thing yet. It is the PSL Zombies from the Witchy Stitcher. It's so cool. And funny story about this fabric. I bought this black fabric when I was visiting Texas, right when I got back into stitching. My sister lives in Spring. There's a little cross stitch shop called 3 Stitches in Spring, Texas. And I went in and I bought an insane amount of 32 count black fabric. Like, what was I thinking? So Jodi, of course, because she's the wizard, she bleach dyed it for me for this pattern, and it could not be more perfect. Wait until you see this. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Jesus Christ, that's the back. Sorry, that was the back. I made some good progress on him. Haven't worked on him in a while, but look at this fabric. The size of this thing. I'll definitely be able to do some more projects on it, but I love the bleach dye. She knocked it out of the park, and it's perfect for this. So, PSL Zombies, Witchy Stitcher. Okay. I think I'm out of all the digital patterns now for a while. So, okay, we're making good progress. Number 16 is the Bittersweet Trio. This is from Waxing Moon Designs. I started this, I think in like 2019. It's been a while. And let me make sure this is still good. There we go. It's these 3 little fall animals, and I started working on the squirrel, I think. No. And this is on a 40 count Winter Sky from Lakeside Linen, and that's how far I got. It's very cute and dainty and tiny, but I haven't made any progress on that. Again, might be a good one for after Halloween to get back into. And I did leave the floss in that one, in this bag, so that's helpful. Oh, also in all of my project bags, I printed a bunch of these little cards that I can just throw in there. Sorry. That I can just quickly write the project designer, start, finish, fabric, and any notes that I have. So like if I work on it, I can write on there and then just stick it in the bag. I just did this on Word. I put 6 on a page, printed them out, cut them out. So super easy. And then all of my projects have a little tag. And you'll see for date, it's at NA, because I don't know when I started it. Okay, number 17 is one that I should have done already, and I do not, but it is Sleepy Hollow by Liz Matthews. I absolutely love this pattern. I worked on it a lot this year, and I'm very, very close to being done. When I say very close, I only have the middle section left, where it says Sleepy Hollow established 1664. So I have absolutely no excuse. So maybe I'll get to it soon and just finish the dang thing. I love it and I want it done. It's on a 40 count Be Stitch Me fabric. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it was a fabric of the month and it's awesome. The pattern's awesome, the fabric's awesome. It's in an office bag, which is awesome. So I just need to do it. Okay, next, in this little tiny bobbin jar bag that I got from my friend Shelly. So she's from the Erie area, and we went to a retreat twice in Girard, and she gave me this bag. Isn't that sweet? Good company. So we actually did a sale for this one. It was one that people were going to Carla at Cobweb and purchasing the pattern. And then we did the hashtag Good Company Sal. I did not finish mine. Shocking. But I got all the floss and everything for it. It's by Plum Street Samplers. And here's where I'm at. It's on this beautiful yellow Verdal fabric. It's a little bit more muted of a yellow, like more of like a sunflower yellow, versus like this lemon yellow that it looks like. But I have like the majority of it done. The house and the grass took a long time, but it's a really cute pattern. Jodi fabric, 40 count, Verdal, Jodi. I don't know if I say these things or if I haven't said these things, so I might just repeat myself. I'm trying to go quick. So this is not a 2-hour long video. Okay, so that is it for all of my fall and Halloween. Oh my gosh, no. The biggest one of all. I have 19 fall and Halloween WIPs right now. And I'm very excited to show you guys this next one because I have been working like a little crazy squirrel on this pattern. And it is called the Haunted Library Cell. And I blame my friend Dana for getting me into this. Her and I had lunch one day about a month ago, and she said, hey, you should stitch this pattern. It would look awesome in your library. And I said, hell yeah, it would. So it is a giant sow. It is currently on chapter 7. So there have been 8 releases so far. There was a prologue and then 7 chapters. And it's by Lola Crow Stitches. You can get it on Etsy. You can go and buy it today. Okay, great. Here's where I'm at. You guys. Isn't it amazing? So I left Dracula, who's hanging upside down, and then a monster at the bottom of the stairs. That was the latest release. Those are the 2 pieces I'm working on right now. But once I get those done, I am caught up. Look at the skeleton sitting on the stairs reading a book. Oh my God, I can't even handle it. The Headless Horseman, the Edgar Allan Poe shelf, the Haunted Librarian. Look at that little ghost kitty on the stairs. I love everything about this pattern. Everything. It's amazing. This is on 32 count antique lace by Seraphim that I had in my stash, and it does call for a lot of DMCs, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I guess it's not really that many. But it's just all DMC. There's no specialty stitching. There's a little bit of back stitch, which I haven't done any of the back stitch yet, and I'm debating on whether I think it needs it. I'll go back and do all of that last, but so far I think it looks amazing. So awesome. So awesome. I am so glad that I've put the time and energy into stitching this pattern. I haven't stitched anything else because I've been so dedicated to trying to get caught up on this one. And by the time I get caught up, another release will come out because the chapters come out once a week. So just FYI. But if you're starting now, who cares? You can just stitch it as you want. Okay, so that's it for fall and Halloween. Now we're going to get into the winter and Christmas. Let me move this chair closer. Okay, jump right in. I just had a landslide. Hold on, please. Okay, the first one. Also, this has been a WIP for a very long time. I think if you go back and watch our very first episode where we did a WIP parade, because it was our first episode, we wanted to show you guys what all we had. I think this one was in that pile. And that was in 2018. 2018? Is that when we started Floss Tube? I don't know. 2018. February by the Prairie Schooler. I actually did finish the small for my mom, so I'm working on the big one and have been for a very long time. And here's where I'm at. A lot of Februaries have come and gone that I have not put a single stitch into this. And I have a lot of it done, but the bottom is a lot of white fill, and I think that's what not intimidated me, but kind of discouraged me from moving forward with it. We'll get there. Okay, the next one is from Madame Chantilly. Her patterns are deceptively large. This one is no exception. It is Winter Hot Cocoa, and I mean, you can see it 108 by 148. I mean, that's pretty big, but just in general, it just is large. And I'm stitching this one on a 40 count B-Stitch Me in Lotus. This was also a Fabric of the Month fabric. And I started this on the 5th of December in 2020. And here's where I'm at. Not far at all. I guess the fox is almost done. Give myself a little bit of credit. But it is a really cute pattern, and I'm loving the purple that I chose for that one. Okay, next, number 22 is also a pattern I've had. I started this one in April of 2020. It is Winter Warmth by Little Dove Designs, and my mom actually picked this one out at the Crafty U, and we picked a 32 count Miracle Mint by Silk Weaver to do it on, because it definitely calls for like that lime green. And here's where I'm at. I really remember working on this one right when the pandemic happened and we were all quarantined, and the girls and I would have just like Zoom calls, Skype calls, just the four of us. It was just a way for us to see each other, because we went from seeing each other like a lot to not seeing each other at all. And I was working on that project at that time. So yeah, I should get back to that one so I can finish it for my mom. I'm sure she's wondering where it is. Okay, number 23 is Bringing Christmas by Carriage House Samplings. I loved this one. I love the colors. The blues and all the browns. Just makes me happy. This one I bought a 28 count fabric flare from Fabric Flare in the colorway Crumpled Paper. So it's like you can see it. Those aren't wrinkles. Those are actually like the variegation, the overdye of the fabric. And I'm using sulkies, and that's where I'm at. Not a ton of color on it yet. But it's coming along. It's super cute. It's really fun to stitch. I'm excited to pull this one out during the holidays. I don't have a ton of winter and Christmas stuff, so I'm excited to get some things actually finished. The next one was a Mystery Sal from Barbara Anna. Let me see if I can find this one. Here we go. Oops. This was Barbara Anna's Mystery Christmas Sal from 2021. And here's what the completed stitch looks like. So as I actually get it done, this is what it'll look like. And I have it in this cute little Let It Snow bag. And doing it on a Jodi fabric. This is on a 40 count Verdal. And here's where I'm at. And this is the DMC Etoile. And instead of using Krynic. And it's really cute. I love this fabric. Oh, that's very true to color. So that was number 24. And you can get that one from, if you go to Barbara Anna, follow her on Instagram. There's like a link for her, the website that does all the selling. I'm blanking on what the name of it is. CreativePoppy.com. If you go to Creative Poppy, then you can see a lot of Barbara Anna stuff, and then you can sign up for or you can get access to the SAL. I guess you wouldn't sign up for the SAL at this point. Okay, the next one, number 25. This one was started for March Madness, the SES March Madness, the only stitching March Madness. That started we did this one 2021. Obviously we did it in 2022, but I started this one 2021. And it is Arctic Animals, they're so cute, by The Little Stitcher. And then I worked on it again for March Madness this year. I didn't do all new starts, I actually worked on some WIPs. And this is on a Jodi 28 count blue that she dyed for me. It's a giant piece, but I have 3 of them completely done. So I only have 2 more to do, and I'm working on that little fox. These are going to make adorable ornaments for my Christmas tree. Very excited. Then I can leave them out for the winter time because they're not Christmas specific. I really like the Little Stitcher. The Elizabeth Bathory Sal that we did was a Little Stitcher, so that one's already finished. Okay, the next one, that's it for winter and Christmas. So now we're going into spring. And the first one that I have for spring is, let me get a picture for you, Hello Petal, which is one of the trees from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I'm doing this one on a 28 count Jodi fabric, and I went with pink because I thought these colors are really going to pop on pink because there's a lot of yellow. And here's where I'm at. Not far. But this was sent to me as a kit, so of course I got all of the floss, which makes it very, very convenient. So you can purchase all of these seasonal trees. They've all been released. And I've seen people stitch them all and then finish them into little pillows, and then they swap them out for the season, which I think is super cute. Okay, the next one is number 27, When Flowers Blossom, and this is by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle in Hand. And this is what it looks like. And when I finish it, I'm going to put it in this little tray because I think it's cute. This is on 40 count lamb's wool from, I don't know, I got it at the Crafty You. And here's where I'm at. These are all satin stitches, and I'm using the called for fancy floss, which is a mix of Gentle Art. It might all be Gentle Art. No, Classic Colorworks. So, but it's all the fancy floss. Makes a does make a difference on some patterns. It really does. But I am not in the business to do all fancy floss for every single pattern that it's called for. Sometimes I think it's crazy that they'll call for a fancy floss and it's 3 stitches. Like, how do you even see the variegation? Just use DMC. 28 is another little stitcher. You think I like the lady or what? And this one is the Garden Treasure series. This one was also started during March Madness in 2021. I did not pull this one back out for 2022. It's March Madness. This one is on a 32 count. I have no clue what fabric this is. It's very soft. It's very nice to work with. But here's all the further I've gotten on it. They will be cute when they're done, if I ever get there. This one, as much as I like them, they might be a UFO. Okay, the next one was another March Madness start. This was a new start for 2022's March Madness, and it is Easter Parade by Blackbird Designs. And I decided to do this one on a 40 count linen 1/1. Why? I don't know. But this is dyed by Jodi. Look how tiny it is. And I just pulled like random colors. I like the variegation on the border. I think it's really cute. So it's going to be very tiny whenever it's done. I mean, that's all the bigger that it is. So I love it. Okay. So that was number 29. The next one in this cute little Jane Eyre bag, I think this was a Black Needle Society. It had to have been. I don't know where the hell else I would have gotten it. Is from Teresa Kogut, and it's Bunny and Bee. And I'm doing this one on a 20 count Verdal, which is my absolute favorite fabric to work on. And this was a March Madness start again for this year, and this is all the farther that I got. It's very, very tiny. Very tiny. But very cute. It'll come back out for March Madness 2023. Flipping the page. All right, number 31. This was a start that I started last year after the Steel City Stitchers retreat. My friend Trina and I, she's from Canada, and she came to the retreat, and we really wanted to do this pattern by Hello by Liz Matthews called Butterfly Cloche, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The model, the picture does not do the model justice, does not do it justice how it stitches. I'm using a sulky conversion on this one, which I hope that I have written down somewhere. You know, I'll look for that at another time. Oh, I did. If you decide to do this and you want a sulky conversion, let me know. I can give it to you. I know a couple people had asked. This is what, can you even? I mean, that whole 1817 is filled in. It's beautiful. I cannot wait to keep working on this one. Sulkies on this fabric, which is the 32 count antique lace. Get it. Any neutral, you put sulkies on it. Mushroom Lugana, I don't care. 32 is kind of like my jam with sulky because I think it's good coverage. 28 works well too, but a 32 count neutral with sulkies, oh, I don't think there's anything better. Okay, the next one in this amazing Steel City Stitchers bag with our faces on it. Look, there's Schnitzel. Do you guys remember Schnitzel? Is a pattern that I purchased at StitchCon this year because my very good friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, she's a designer, and she had this amazing pattern, Flowers Grow Back, even after they are stepped on. And I think that's such a cute sentiment. And I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do, because the cottage garden threads, I'll show you some of them real quick, are absolutely amazing. I mean, look at some of these colors. Look at this one. Oh, that's really bright. Amazing. It calls for those and DMC, or you can just do DMC. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do it on an orange 40 count Verdal or a 40 count green linen. So I decided to stitch it twice. So I would do one motif and then flip over to the other piece of fabric and finish that motif. So here's the green, which I love. And here is the orange. Could you die? Look at those colors just popping on there. Just popping. I love it. I love them both. That's why I couldn't decide. So I said, well, what the hell? I'll just stitch them twice. So this is definitely going to be pulled out before spring, so I can get some more progress done on those. Definitely won't finish them. It's a pretty big sampler, but make some good progress on it. Okay, number 33 was also a 2022 SCS March Madness start. This one is called Oh Lucky Day. It is by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And I'm doing the little leprechaun. And I'm doing it with sulkies, a sulky conversion, on a 28 count yellow Jodi fabric. And look how freaking cute he is. I love him so much. So I made really good progress just for March Madness. So he'll be coming out again. That would be a great one to get done for St. Patrick's Day. I don't have any St. Patrick's Day finishes. All right. So that was it for spring. I don't have a ton of spring ones. I only have, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 spring ones. Okay, the next one are summer patterns. And the first one, this was a StitchCon 2021 purchase. And it is Be a Pineapple by Hands On Design. And it's really cute. And the model sold it to me. That was the first year that Jodi and I went to Keepsakes and bought sulkies, which started our love affair with sulkies. And so I did a sulky conversion and didn't write down the colors. So who knows if this one will ever get finished. But I made some good progress. This is on a 32 count, I believe it is. I think this is XU Designs. I don't know. It's like pink. But the sulkies are really popping. Look at that blue. I love it. But again, I don't think I wrote down the conversions, so we'll see if that one ever gets finished. I mean, obviously it didn't get worked on at all in 2022. All right, the next one was a 2022 March Madness start also. It is called Basking in the Sun by Britter Cup Designs. I can't show you the pattern, or can't show you the picture because it is the pattern, but it was a freebie that you could pick up at Keepsakes. I could probably show you, but you'll get the idea once you see it. You'll understand the pattern, like the design style. But I have the kitty done, and I'm doing this one on 28 count, 1/1. There's not much to it. There's like a couple little flowers and birds and a little bit of grass. So that was a March Madness start. And again, I'll look back, all the March Madness projects that I worked on in 2022, I will put those in the bracket for 2023. That's just how I do it. So I hope you're getting excited about that too. I know it seems far away, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, the next one is another summer pattern. I don't really know if this would classify as summer, but that's where I'm putting it. And just so you know, it's in a Christmas bag because that's how unhinged I am. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Sorry. This is another Hello by Liz Matthews. This is Bittersweet Village. I love the colors. It's so cute. And to make it even more crazy, Jodi dyed me a piece of 56 count. And first of all, look how giant this piece of fabric is. And look how tiny. Like, this is the bottom. This is the top. This is all the bigger that it is. It's amazing. And I'm just doing the DMC conversion on that one. I started that one in November of last year. I think so. I wrote down November 2022, but that hasn't happened yet, so I don't think that that's accurate. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and change that right now. It's 2021. August. It was August. Okay. Not that it matters, but it does to me. Okay, so the next one is a maybe March Madness. I don't remember. I didn't look back at my notes because I don't think I took notes, and I don't know where my bracket is. Summertime Berries. It's in this cute little nautical star bag, and this one is by Erica Michaels, and it's these cute 3 little berries, and I wanted to do the camper one, and this is on a 28 count Jodi blue, and it's a sulky conversion, so that's where I'm at. I think it's so cute. I don't have a ton to do, but this is going to make, it'll make a fairly large strawberry, which will be nice to put in a dough bowl for summertime. So those are definitely ones that I want to come back to. I hope that it was March Madness because that'll give me an excuse to work on them and hopefully get them done before summertime next year. Okay, and then the last summer one that I have is in this amazing Tiffany Black Cat X Stitchery bag. Look how cute that is. And it is Knee High by Hands On Design. I had wanted to buy this pattern for so long. I've seen it for years. I wanted it so bad. This was from 2018, so I've been seeing it since then. And I finally just broke down and bought it last year at the retreat from Janine from the Crafty You. And you've seen it. I mean, it's amazing, right? So I'm doing this one on a 40 count. I don't know what the fabric is. And I pulled like my own just fancy floss conversion, but here's where I'm at. Not far at all. I think I screwed up the counting too on the rail. So I'm probably going to have to fudge some things later on down the road because I'm definitely not starting this over. Because that was a lot of stitching already for how little I have done. Okay. Let me move this chair over. Okay, my stuff fell. The next category that I have are patriotic pieces. You guys know that I love stitching patriotic stuff. Between Halloween and Nautical and Patriotic, I can't choose my favorite. So here we go. Okay, the first one. This was a 2019 Mania start. So that tells you how long I've had this one. Liberty 1776 by Little House Needleworks. And this is on a 32 count vintage buttercream using the Weeks conversion. Ooh. And I have a tail sticking out, but here's where I'm at. Not far, or not much more to go, I guess. I mean, just filling in the bottom, and then there's a couple more things at the top. So I could definitely get that done. I could maybe add that to March Madness for next year. I could, I would. I probably won't though. Okay. I have a lot of projects that are in Ziploc bags because that's how old they are. The next one is my Gettysburg piece. This is from Historic Stitches. You cannot get this pattern anywhere. I challenge you to find it. If you can find it, buy it. God bless you. Obviously, this is a very old pattern. This is not included on my piece, but I am filling the spot that the Confederate battle flag would have been on the pattern. I will eventually fill that with my family's information who fought in the Civil War on my dad's side. And then this will be gifted to him. And here's where I'm at. So I'm currently working, and I have my little Gettysburg needle minders and my hipster Abe Lincoln needle minders. I'm working on the houses at the top, and then this is the area where I will put my family's information, and then the piece from the Gettysburg Address goes down here. So this is a project that every time we go to Gettysburg, I take it with me, and I have high hopes that I'm going to be in Gettysburg and stitch on this Gettysburg piece, and we're always so exhausted from walking around with the dogs and doing things that I never actually stitch on it. So I need to set aside new time now to get it done. I started this one in November of 2019. So this one actually was in a freebie pile, this pattern, at a stitch day that I went to locally here in Pittsburgh. Somebody had already grabbed it, and I walked by and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I would love that. And she gave it to me. So that's how I got it in my stash, and it's very hard to find. So I really appreciated it. Okay, the next one is one of my oldest WIPs. This is from 2018. July 14th, 2018 is when I started it. It's going to be too hard for me to take the pattern out because it's huge, but it's Let Freedom Ring by Lila Studio. Don't ask me why I thought that this would be a good project for getting right back into cross stitch. It's gigantic. I picked the wrong linen. This is a 36 count ivory by Silk Weaver. It's way too soft for this pattern. I would not have done it on 36 count because there's a lot of 1/1. Not that it looks bad, but I probably would have gone with a 32 and done something a little bit more stiff. But here's what I have done, and I hate to start it over again if I were to ever work on it again. So, I don't know. This is why it's been sitting there since 2018, because I can't decide what I want to do with it. I also didn't splurge for any of the fancy floss other than the Gentle Arts. There was like one color in Gentle Arts that I bought for some reason. I said, I'll just buy one. And there's like 35 colors. So, I don't know. I love the pattern. It would be awesome to have it done. I'm just not into working on huge projects like this right now. So, it'll go back in the pile. Okay, number 42. We're almost done, guys. This is great. Heritage Sampler from Plum Street Samplers. You've seen it before. You've seen people finish it. This has been a project I've had even longer than Let Freedom Ring. This one's from May of 2018. Again, pretty ambitious project for just getting back into cross-stitching after taking a pretty long hiatus from cross-stitching. And this is a 32 count linen, very soft, doesn't hold well in a Q-snap. There's a lot of specialty stitches in this pattern. I got to the 1/1 flag and crapped out. So, I also miscounted somewhere, and I also think that this fabric is too white for the amount of light colors, the amount of white. Like the eagle's head is hard to see. The house is a little bit muted. So I probably wouldn't have chosen this color fabric. However, I'm so very far, I feel like it would be criminal to start all over again. And quite honestly, I probably wouldn't. So I'm thinking out loud, you know, as I do whenever I'm filming these. Maybe I'll challenge myself to a giant WIP, the bat. I think I'll do a bat challenge and challenge myself to some of these big projects. I doubt it. It's also in a plastic bag because that's where I'm at. That's where I was in 2018. That's the person that I was. All right, the next one is a super cute punch needle and primitive stitcher magazine. This was from summer of 2020. And let me pull this up. I don't know why none of these saved. As I was just touting about how amazing this app is. 2020, summer 2020. Here we go. Okay, Patriotic ABC by Barbara Anna. It's in this cute little doggy sugar skull bag. Erica made that for me. And this is on a 40 count Verdal from Jodi on this beautiful sky blue. I mean, look at this. Look how vibrant that is. And this is what I have done. Really cute. I was going to leave out the alphabet in the blue, but I stitched it into the white already. So I'm going to have to stick with the alphabet. That's fine. Okay. More patriotic. Here we go. This Pennsylvania bag by Tiff from Black Cat's X Stitchery. You guys have seen this fabric for a lot of different states out there on FlossTube. And this one is from Calico Confectionery. It is called America, with an exclamation point. America! Look how cute that is. And I used the floss pack from Classic Colorworks that Southern Stitcher put out. It was a fundraiser for the Gary Sinise Foundation, so it came with a bunch of patriotic colors, and I picked the colors that I liked, and that's what I used for this pattern. There's only a couple colors that it even calls for. There's only 5 colors. So this is on a 46 count Witchelt White Bergen linen. It's a tongue twister. Witchelt White Bergen. Made some good progress. I love it. I love the font. It's so cool. So cool. You can find Calico Confectionery on Etsy, and they also have a website, which is just calicoconfectionery.com. Okay. Next one. This was a So Much to Love bag when I was doing her bag of the month. Look at red, white, and bloom. Oh, I love it. Her bags are so nice. And this one was another big, ambitious project, but I love it. It's Silver Creek Samplers, Seeds of Freedom, and it's about the Civil War, because I'm all about the Civil War. And here we go. This is on Mushroom Lugana, you guys, this is not sulky, but it's the DMC. I'm sorry, there's just nothing that does not pop on 28 count Mushroom Lugana. It's my favorite. I love it. So I'm making good progress on that one, but it is a beast. It is a big one. Don't know when I started this one. It was sometime last year. So 2021. All right, so that's it for Patriotic. Now we are getting into the nautical patterns, which I only have 2 nautical WIPs right now. I don't even know who I am. I love nautical stuff. Don't live anywhere near the beach, but I love it anyway. Primitive hair, sea ornaments. I love these so much. And I got a linen 40 count XU designs from Keepsakes called Marbled Pointer, and the floss, just because it's interesting to me, the floss is from the variegated one, is the Mystical Diamond Art hand-dyed floss in the colorway Captain Jack, and this was in the pirate box from the Black Needle Society. And it's this really cool variegated blue and gray and black, and it's awesome. So that's what I used for, it's only 2 colors. So look at this fabric. Isn't it amazing? And then here's what I've stitched. It's much, it pops a lot more in person. But these are going to be the cutest little pillows. I love this. And I'm so happy that I still have all of this fabric to use. It didn't use up as much as I thought. Okay, so I started those in August of 2021, so last August. Then I started Rivera. Well, it would be helpful if I put those back in the bag. Just take the patterns out and I don't put them back in the bag. Ocean of Liberty by Riveras. The whale with the ship, the giant blue whale. I'm using a sulky conversion, and this is on a 32 count Jodi brown fabric. And here's where I'm at. Isn't that amazing? Just sulkies. They just pop. It's that gigantic pattern. But I'm making progress. Lots of progress. This is stored in a quilted fabric bag from Tiffany. Tiffany Robit, Black Hat X Stitchery. She's so versatile, isn't she? Okay. So that's it for nautical patterns. So now we're just getting into, I just have a few more miscellaneous patterns, and then that's it. So the first one is Tribal Kangaroo. This was purchased during the Australian bushfires of 2020. Do you remember when we thought, holy shit, it's only January, Australia's on fire, there's a hint that there's like this sickness going around and people are getting really sick. We don't know what it is. How could things get any worse? So it could. It did. But this is from Mo Bittner. You can find Mo on Facebook. And I picked up a 28 count even weave sparkle fabric from Hobby Lobby. We were also still shopping at Hobby Lobby back then. And I bought this DMC variegated floss. This pattern is absolutely gigantic. I don't have a picture of the pattern, but this is the kangaroo's leg. I don't think it's gonna fit on here. It looks awesome, but I think I severely miscalculated the size of the fabric that I needed. So, ooh, yikes. So, I don't know if that one will ever get stitched. It was for a good cause. It raised money for a good cause, and that's all that matters. So who cares if I ever stitch it or not? But I thought it was cool with the green and the sparkle fabric, but it's huge. And it probably won't fit. So I'll just end up being really, really pissed. Okay, number 49. This is an oldie but a goodie. Started this one in January of 2019. I never showed her a lot because I was stitching this for my sister when she announced that she was going to law school. She has since graduated from law school, and I still don't have it done. It is Lady Justice by Mirabilia. I'm working on 32 count petal by Picture This Plus in all of the called fors with I ordered everything. So the beads, everything. Look how much I've done. I think I got intimidated because I was getting to her skin and I wanted to do it 1/1. And at the time, I wasn't as comfortable with doing 1/1 as what I am now. So she might have to come back out. I'll get it done eventually. I mean, she still went to law school. She still graduated. So she'll still like it. My hope was that I was going to get it done and give it to her as a graduation gift, and that never happened. It's also in a Ziploc bag. Classy. All right, the next one is the 2020 sampler for Modern Folk Embroidery. These are always such beautiful pieces. Again, I started this one in 2020, January. This is what it looks like completed. And I chose a 32 count gingerbread Belfast linen, and I chose one color to do for the floss, and I chose DMC 820, which is that beautiful navy blue. And here's how much I have done. It's huge. But doesn't that blue just look amazing on this brown fabric? Ooh, I have to pat myself on the back for picking that combination. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. But really big project. Probably won't pull that out for a while. Okay. And I believe Marcia, our friend Marcia, made us these bags, but it's a little cyclist. Okay. The next one is also a giant pattern that I started in 2019. This was in March of 2019. It is the 2017 sampler from Linen and Threads, which was, it's free. Like you could just go and download all of the pieces of this sampler. And it was a 12-part series, so one part released every single month in 2017. And I haven't looked, I don't even know if they do this anymore. I'm assuming they do. But I ordered a hank of silk from Silks For You, and I'm using DMC for the border color as just a solid color. Again, giant pattern. I wish I wouldn't have made it 3 motifs across. I wish I would have done it as a band sampler and done 2, because it's huge. It's absolutely huge, and it's taken me a really long time. I pulled it out, I want to say it was sometime in 2020, and I worked on it like a little bit, but that's the last time I've ever worked on it, so it has not gotten love in a really long time. Okay. The next one is also one that I've had in my possession for a very long time. And girls, do not be mad at me. You've probably completely forgotten that I even have this. But the Steel City Stitchers, we decided that we were going to work on a round robin type piece to be able to all 4 of us to be able to have one of them. So we're stitching it 4 times. But the way that we're doing it is that it's the Friends of All Seasons by Lizzie Kate. This is a really old pattern. But we were each going to pick a season, and then that would be your piece. So you would stitch your season, the words, and attach your charm. And then Erin, Erica, Jodi would stitch on that piece. And then you would stitch another season on another piece. I hope that makes sense. You'll know when I show it to you. So like I stitched on this one, and Erin stitched on summer, and so somebody will have to stitch fall, someone will have to stitch winter. But if I decide to keep this one for spring, then I would attach the spring charm, stitch the words, and then this one would be mine. So Erin she chose the fall one, and I'll show you. This is on, we just like coffee dyed some 14 count linen, or 14 count Ada, excuse me, 14 count linen. Jesus Christ, that'd be huge. So this is Erin's. So she attached the little acorn charm, she stitched the words, and then, but we all will stitch something different. It's really fun. Sorry. Don't be mad. You guys probably completely forgot that I even had it, which is even better for me. I'll work on that soon. Or not. Okay, then my stuff fell on the floor. The next one was our friend Brooke from MI Studio Create. Hi, Brooke. She is amazing, and she actually made us our own pattern, our own gnome. Like, I'm a gnome. This is me. It says Steel City Stitchers and Blood Spatter. There's Luna, Buddy, and Oscar. The balloon for Stephen King. There's Pennsylvania in my hat. I have tattoos. I'm holding a coffee cup, and my dogs are in a kayak. She nailed it. That's me. Okay. So I'm working on 28 count Picture This Plus in Da Vinci. And there I am. So it's amazing. She did such a good job. This was so meaningful to us that she took the time to really like figure out what we liked and put it all together in a pattern, and she did one for us. So you can still purchase that if you have any desire to stitch the Steel City Stitchers. She is selling them all on her site on Etsy, so check that out. All right, the next one is another caterpillar cross stitch. This was a sow, and it was made to create, which was adorable. And that's where I'm at. I know this is a common theme, but I keep saying it. There's not much more. I don't have that much more. I could just get it done. Just focus on it. Just get it done. That and 800 other things that I want to finish. But that one is a really cute pattern. I know Erin finished hers, and it's amazing. All right, down to the final 3. This one is a Satsuma Street. The pattern is Impossible. And Jodi did a sparkle gray fabric for one of the boxes. I can't remember which one. And so I decided to do it on there because it does call for like a darker color. And you can see the sparkle. That's all I have done. Haven't worked on this one in a super long time. Next, this was also from a Black Needle Society box, and this was Ink Circles, Half the Fun. Her patterns are so cute with all the repeating motifs. And it's like, you know, in the round, so you don't really know which direction's up or down it because it doesn't matter. You can just flip it around. And this is where I'm at. And I chose to do it on this very bright fabric with this very bright hand-dyed silk from Bestitch Me. I don't know if this was the best color combo, but good news is I'm not very far. So I'm either going to frog it and use this fabric, or I'm going to choose a different fabric and use this floss. I just don't think together that was the right choice. It's not popping as much as I would want it to for how cute that pattern is. Okay, and last but not least is the one pattern that I have a really hard time reading because it makes me cry, and it is Dog's Last Will and Testament by Heartstring Samplery. Feel free to pause this video, screenshot it, and read it and weep on your own time because it makes me sad. But here's where I'm at. This is on a 46 count XU Designs. And look how amazing that looks. I really need to pull this back out and keep working on it. So I'm, again, making good progress, but I'm nowhere close to being done. So that's it, guys. That was my WIP parade. 57 WIPs total. It's hard to believe that I have that many. Some of which have not very much left to go, and some which I've barely made a dent. But all of them hold a special place in my heart because at that point in time when I picked up that pattern and I chose to start stitching on it, it had some type of significance for me, or it was just something that really struck me as I need to kit this up and I need to start stitching it immediately. So it's hard for me to turn my back on patterns like that, that I have that connection to, but life is too short to stitch things that you don't want to stitch. There are lots of patterns out there. There are a lot of designers, a lot of patterns, a lot of good floss, a lot of good fabric. Do what makes your soul happy. So if it's not bringing you joy, don't spend your time on it. We have a finite amount of stitching time in our life. So let's do what we want to do. But that is it for my WIP parade. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you tune in next week for our regularly scheduled video. I say regularly scheduled, it's not regularly scheduled. The once a month that we've been able to get together and get something filmed is when we're going to do that. We'll have some giveaways. We have a really cool sale that we're going to be starting in November that we want to announce. And we also have an update for our retreat attendees about apparel ordering. So if you are looking to be decked out in SCS gear at the retreat, if you're an attendee for 2023, we will have all of those details on our video next week. So in the meantime, until we see you next week, I love you. Take care. Happy stitching. Stay safe. Bye-bye.